Let's talk about it. So, before I get started, I just want to say this is not an episode of where I am bashing the opposite sex. This is not an episode of me talking about other people's experience. This is an episode of me talking about my own experience. And again, I will state I am not bashing the opposite sex. I am just saying my opinion. And we know what opinions are. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone got one. Okay? I am just talking about my personal experience. Now that I have gotten that out the way, let me start off by saying I am really convinced that some men like being dog walked. I think y'all like being treated like a dog. I think y'all like being dogged the fuck out. I feel like dudes like mean girls. And maybe not all of you. I would not put all of you in the same category. I am not going to generalize all of you because all of you do not. And that means that something could be wrong with me because I keep running into dudes who like to be treated like shit. Okay? I do. I'm convinced. I am very much convinced that men, not all of you, but majority of you like being treated like shit. You like for a female to dog walk you. You want to be dog walked. You want to be mistreated and talked to like you ain't a shit and all of this other stuff. And I am not that type of girl. I've never been that type of girl. And in the 4 years that I have been single, I am starting to see that maybe I have to be that girl and I don't want to. So that's the part that I'm having issues with right now. So let's talk about my experience. So I don't know if you heard my episode. You have to go back a couple of, maybe like one season, where I was talking about how I met this dude last year at an event. Um, in my mind, I was really trying to get to know him, and it could have just been something that was lustful, which is why he didn't go no further with it. Um, we talk about how he gaslighted me into trying to get me to stick around, but never held a decent conversation with me, never wanted to go out to eat. Like, we just go out for drinks or coffee or walk in the park or movies. But he didn't want to do any of that. And my stupid ass, because yeah, I was very stupid. My stupid ass sent him money twice for lunch. This was last year, not this year. And it was very dumb, but in my mind, I was thinking that I could be different and I can, show him that I'm not like, girls who just want you for your money type shit. So in the midst of all of that, I was sending him encouraging words, messages like, you're amazing. You're a beautiful black king. You're a great father, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, that went through the cracks like a roach. And, I was like, well, what am I doing wrong? And how stupid could I be? And so for that, I had to go back into the lab and start doing some shadow work after I was pissed off about it for like a month. Because I'm like, I'm doing everything right. I'm not being thirsty. I'm not trying to be desperate. I'm not nagging, none of that shit. So what the fuck am I doing wrong? So that was last year. So I gave up on dating. That happened in March. I think by June of last year, I was like, all right, I'm over it. And I was definitely over it. I had one dude trying to force me into a relationship with him, and I didn't want to be. And I got cursed out for every fucking thing that I could be cursed out for. Like, he literally he thought he ate with what he said, but it didn't bother me because none of that shit was true. However, how can you, a grown ass man, a Leo grown ass man, who's living with a bitch, I'm sorry, I ain't gonna call her a bitch, that's not nice, who's living with a woman, can come to me and try to force me to move out of my home and move into a house with you, and I have two teenager kids, and you don't have a real job, and I'm supposed to just move in with you. leave the comfort of my own home, be in a relationship with you, go out to eat with you when all you do is scam and talk shit. I didn't want to do it. And so I got cursed out for it. And after that, I was just like, all right, I'm done. I'm not dealing with dudes no more. That was, I want to say, probably by my birthday or October of last year. I was like, all right, I'm officially done. Not doing it anymore. And I left niggas alone. I left dudes all the way alone because apparently there's something wrong with me. And throughout this whole thing, you're going to hear me say, it's my fault. Because it is. Because I allowed these people into my space. So it's totally 100% my fault. Because if I had been on alert, and listening to my discernment, I wouldn't have been in the situation with these people. So let's move forward. Um, and again, the reason why I feel like, I'm going to tell y'all this again, the reason why I feel like dudes, not all, but dudes want to be treated like a dog is because I'm going to tell you about the story of events that happened with me in the last 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah. So let's get into it. So, I'm at the gas station. This dude walks up to me. He's like, what's up, ma? I was like, hey, how you doing? He's like, you fine, Sale. You know, you got a man? I'm like, no, I don't have a man. I'm single. Oh, that's what's up. Can I get your number? I was like, I'm really not giving out my number at this moment. So, and I really wasn't because the last motherfucker I gave my number out to around these parts. Mm. So anyways, I'm not bashing anybody. I'm not going to do that. But it was a mistake and I should have never given him my number. So okay, so back to the story with the dude in the store. So after I said, I'm not interested in I'm not giving my number out right now. Like, I didn't say it rude. I didn't say it snobby. I didn't say anything. Just, I'm not giving out my number right now. Oh, you think you better than me? I was like, no. Oh, you don't want to talk? I was like, I'm really not in the headspace to be talking to anybody right now. So I don't want to give my number out. And he just kept going on and on. And I was just like, yo, you don't have to go that far and that deep into it. It's really okay. You know, maybe down the line, if we meet each other again, maybe we can exchange numbers. But at this moment, I am not giving out my number and it's not that serious. Dude went on the whole rampage. Like, he bucked at me and everything. And I dropped all the shit that I had in my hands and I was getting ready to swing on him. And like, somebody walked up and was like, hey, yo, chill. Cause it wasn't that serious, right? So a stranger came up to us and he was like, chill, yo, that's a lady, like, what you doing? You know, you get out the store, basically, because he was really going off. And I really feel like if I would have had my protection on me, I would have pulled it out, but I didn't. And so I waited for him to leave the store before I went to my truck because I didn't have any type of protection on me at that time. That was the first dude. This few days later, I went to a gas station again, and they're going to get some gas for my truck. Dude comes up to me and he was like, yo, what's up? I was like, hey, how are you? You know, being polite. Why don't you let me take you out to eat sometimes? I was like, I'm good. I'm not really same shit. I'm good. I'm not really talking to anybody or looking to go out or anything like that. And he was like, but I know you like to eat. And I was like, I do. I love food. But right now, my schedule is not permitting me to be able to go out to eat. So he was like, why don't you take my number? I was like, honestly, I don't think that I want to do that. And it's nothing against you. It's just I got some shit going on with me. So he said, he told me, yeah, that's crazy. He's like, that's crazy because I really want to take you out to eat and I want to get to know you. And so me, because I'm already hot, first of all, it's hot. I'm just trying to get to, get some gas, get to where the fuck I'm going. I was like, man, listen, I don't fucking feel like giving my number out right now. I don't fucking feel like taking your number. I don't fucking feel like doing any of this. I just told you I got some shit going on. And I said it real loud in the store. Motherfuckers was looking like, and he looked at me and started smiling, talking about, oh, you spicy. What? Mama, man, what? Like, are you for real? Like, that's the type of shit you want? You want a chick to curse you out? Like, it's crazy. So that turned him on. He was excited about that. And I walked out the store and that was it. I hope he gets some help because that's crazy. All right. This last event that took place, whew, I swear. Now, I've known this person for at least a year and a half. And I thought that me and him were cool. We ain't never messed around. We never talked about messing around. It was never any of that. He was just somebody that was cool. He needed some help. So I was like, sure, cool. I'll help you out. Help him move some stuff. He has this chick that he's messing with, and she curses him out on a day-to-day basis, and he loves that shit. And I was with him when she called, and oh my goodness, he was like, "Y'all with my homegirl, she helping me move some stuff." She blanked out her motherfucking mind. She was like, "Who is this bitch you with? You this, that, and the third. You out here being a raggedy nigga and this, that." I'm like, she was dogging this nigga. If you don't bring your ass back here at a certain time, I'ma fuck you up. Da-da-da-da. I was like, yo. I'm sitting here looking and he just laughing and shit like, girl, you crazy. You ain't gonna do nothing. I'm like, okay, let me analyze this shit real quick because every girl he gets with, they normally do that with him to where they curse him out. Some of them have put their hands on him and he seems to be okay with it. He'll complain about it, but not too much. He loves that shit. And I'm sitting here like, big single. I'm sitting here big single. And all I ever known to do was to be nice, to be kind, to give out good karma because you want good karma to come back to you. I've sent dudes encouraging messages, affirmations, try to pray for them, try to feed them. What the fuck? Like, I got a homegirl, and my homegirl used to talk cash cold shit to these dudes. And they sending her money, buying her lunch, buying shit for her kids. And I'm like, damn, like, I am really doing it all wrong. I am really convinced that most of these dudes like being talked to like they ain't shit. And I hate being a nice girl. I do. I hate being a nice girl because the nice girl never wins. And the fucked up shit is I can be a whole bitch. I know how to be a bitch. Like I know how to be a total asshole. But when I like somebody, I try to be nice to them. And that is where I fuck up at every fucking time. It never fucking fails. And I'm about to be 40 this year. So now I gotta be like a mean bitch because being nice does not work. It has not worked. It has not gotten me anywhere. I am still here. And at this point, I done got comfortable with being single, so it really doesn't matter. I'm not pressed about being in a relationship. It would have been nice to be booed up, but I know I still have work to do when it comes to me personally, with my attitude, with my emotions, with my mental. Like, there's work. There's always work to be done. You're never finished. And I know that there's another level that I would like to go to in myself, period. So my eyes or my heart doesn't desire a relationship. I desire companionship sometimes. I would like to be booed up every once in a while. But as far as a relationship, I know that I'm not ready for that. I know that, I, in my mind, will be honest, like in my mind, I don't see someone coming to me and being in their full potential and me being in my full potential and is being locked in. And that could be some fault to my own, but society has fucked that up for me. Watching other people in relationships and marriage have fucked that up for me. Shit, even my own marriage fucked that up for me. So I don't see it. And I'm pretty sure it's out there. There's probably some guy out there that will spoil the shit out of me and love and cherish me and only have eyes for me. I'm pretty sure there is. But I'm honestly nervous about that because how do I know that you're for sure locked in with me? And that right there is the reason why I know I have more work to do with me. Dead ass. Like I know that I have more work that I have to do, the inner me. It has nothing to do with the outer appearance. Although I have work I can work on with that too. But I'm really, they say the nice girls and good girls finish last. And I'm really starting to see that. That shit is the honest God truth. I, I'm not going to say I have never met a good dude. Because I have. Like my ex-boyfriend. Though we went through the shit that we went through when we broke up, for the most part, he was straight. Um, for the most part, he was straight, but I also knew that he liked Migos. His baby mother, who he was still in love with of 17 years, she talked cash flow shit to him. She curses him out. She dogs him out. And that's who he ended up going back with. So it's fucking proven. Now, when I was with him, when we were together, I wasn't a mean girl to him. I mean, I was an asshole sometimes, but majority of the times, like, we were lovey-dovey to each other for the most part. Or at least in my mind was, he used to be lovey-dovey to me. Later on, you'll find out that, if you go back and listen to one of my episodes, you'll find out that he said that he convinced me to be with him and that, he taught me how to be a good mother and, you know, it was a range of shit that he said that I was like, oh, okay, maybe you were manipulating me. Like, I stayed in the house all the time. If I needed something from the store, he'd go get it for me. He didn't want me going to the store because he knew niggas were going to try to talk to me. And I was like, it's not that serious. But he liked for me to be in the house. So I used to work from home. Um, he would give me his money. He keeps some from him. Give me the rest of his money. I would pay the bills. That's how we operated. Um, he wasn't bad. He didn't hit me. He didn't say negative shit to me. Um, not all the time. He didn't say negative shit to me all the time. So, like, in that whole experience, he liked it. He liked Mean Girls too. He liked Mean Girls too. Because he went back to his baby mama. So, I said all that to say, as I ramble on, that, yeah, I'm convinced you fellas in the past 2 weeks have convinced me, and not even them, other guys too, have convinced me that y'all are really into the Mean Girls. Y'all like being talked to like y'all are not shit. And I don't know at what level of maturity do you get past that? When do you appreciate the one who will let you come and lay on her shoulders because you are tired? Will cook you a meal, rub your back, rub your head, pray for you, say affirmations, encourage you, listen to you without passing judgment when you're going through shit. But according to some of these guys, because I seen a dude on Facebook the other day said, um, you're better off getting a therapist. It's less expensive. So that right there, like, you have never been with someone that you could just lean into and talk to when you're going through shit. And I've never been, I don't know. I'm that girl. I would listen to you without passing judgment. Like, I don't understand. Shit is lame for real. Like, I really don't know how to feel about this, and I don't want to be this. That is not my character, to be a mean girl. It's not my character. Like I said, I know how to be an asshole. And I'm only an asshole because I have to be, not because I want to be. In this world where you have to keep your guards up and you have to keep on this demeanor of don't fuck with me or you'll fuck around and find out. That is my demeanor because I don't bother anybody. I stay to myself. I be in my own little world. I don't bother anybody. I just, I am my own best friend. Um, and so when people start messing with me and saying shit to me, I crash out. And I used to crash out real bad years ago. I'm doing a lot better. But yeah, just being a nice girl seems, maybe it's just not meant for me because I know some nice girls who end up in great relationships with good dudes. Maybe I'm not one of them. I don't know. Or like I said in the beginning, it's something in me that keeps gravitating towards the wrong motherfuckers. That's that. Feel free to share your story. Feel free to share your opinions. Again, opinions are like assholes. We all have one. And no one really gives a shit. But if you want to, if that makes you feel better to share your opinion, feel free to share your opinion. Send it to me. Thank you for taking the time out to listen. It wasn't that long of a rant, but I did want to. Because what's the point of having my own podcast if I can't vent like I want to and have my audience tell me how they feel? Like, honestly. So thank you all who have been here from the beginning. It's been a long journey. I am coming back in full effect soon. I will be dropping more episodes soon. Again, you can find What You Said podcast on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I am also on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. So, and other platforms. You can take a look, subscribe, listen to, because I am coming back in full effect in about a month. So, yeah. Thank you. Later.